Hi, it's me, Anya, and welcome back to Cozy Room Podcast.
Hey guys, it's Artie. Welcome back to Cozy Room.
Womb, girl.
Woo, girl.
All right, y'all. So, welcome back. This is Cozy Room Podcast. My name is Shan. I am the mama of the girls, and this is episode 6, season 18. Too many truths unapologized for. Now, iOS is having a real issue with me saying unapologized because it's not a word. Well, it's a word today, and it's the title of this, okay? And what I mean when I say that is we all have family members who grew up in a time where certain things were not properly addressed, were not confronted, were not resolved, right? It was swept under the rug, and it was okay to do that for a very long time. Family secrets, family trauma, aunts, uncles who should have been locked up or in lifetime therapy, right? But nothing happened. Yet nobody wants to talk about it. No one wants to talk about how wrong it was. Nobody wants to talk about how it lacked a lot of accountability, how a lot of things could have been stopped or prevented or addressed in a responsible way. And no one wants to be honest about what was allowed for the sake of, quote unquote, it's family. And I want to talk about it. Just a FYI, this episode may be triggering to some people. So if you are still in the process of healing and you are not ready to listen to this be discussed, please review an old episode or I'll check you next Monday. But this is what I'm talking about today. Welcome to Cozy Room. Hey guys, I hope that you're enjoying the show. This is Cozy Room Podcast, and I just want to let you know that there is show merch. Where? Cozy Room Shop with Teespring. And don't forget to check out the podcast books on lulu.com. Now back to the show. Thank you for tuning in to this one-woman show, one-woman podcast. My name is Shan, and I am the mom of the girls. And if you would like to know more about me and these podcasts, check out shanbpoddin.com and my TikTok. Welcome to Table Topics time, and then I'm going to get into the thought, and then I'll get into the meat of the episode. All right, so the first table topic question is, do you need to be more or less crazy in your life choices? Is this a trick question? I think my life choices have always been looked at as crazy to the mundane and the boring, because I would rather take a bet on myself than to have hope in wavering people. So there's that. What's the craziest thing you've ever done? The craziest things I've ever done? As a Black woman living in the United States, I went through pregnancy and childbirth twice vaginally, and I made it out alive, and so did my children, and they're very healthy. I think that is very crazy. I think that it's crazier for me to do in the United States, in Georgia, which is like one of the number one states of a high rate of Black women dying through childbirth or in labor. And I made it out both times, and both of my kids are healthy. And I've been skydiving 13,000 feet in the air, and that wasn't even crazy to me. So there's that. Today's thoughts. I really want people to think about what family secret has helped anyone, right? And when you grow up and realize that people purposely ignored signs which led you to your current trust issues, stress, anxiety, and manipulative way of seeing people, it sucks. And you have a family of your own where you address everything head on because of it. because of your experience or someone close to you experiencing things. And the way you would like to be close with people, you can't be because you have this overwhelming feeling to protect, to preserve, and to keep what you love safe. You don't. And that is one of the many results of family secrets and trauma not being addressed, discussed, or solutions being made at the time and just letting things linger. And so that's why I want to talk about this, because I don't want this to still be a thing. I don't want this to be continuous. I don't care what culture you come from. A wrong is a wrong, and there are many ways to correct it. There are many ways to make it right, and there are many ways to prevent it. You just have to have the courage to go against the grain of what everybody assumes to be the better way, or let's just let it, simmer down. Let's not talk about it now. That's not it. No matter what, if I hear the beginning of Donny Hathaway's music, I'm ready. I'm ready for the tissues. Like, what? How's his music so good? Okay, let's jump back into this episode. I think breaking down communication starts with things left unsaid. If a child goes through any type of trauma or abuse that's not addressed properly, they grow up and they have issues with how they communicate with people. I think the phony reality that happens when adults don't address things and family trauma is created more with that child because they lied in order to seem like they're okay. It's left, the child is left with less self-sureness about doing things, and making things appear good seems like the right thing to do instead of dealing with the truth. And you're just teaching children not to address things that needs to be addressed. Kids are left to grow up thinking what happened is their fault, that they could have done something better and nobody else needed to do anything. And self-harm can naturally be developed with the longevity of family secrets not being addressed. Depression, anxiety, them using drugs to escape reality. And there are at least 7 wrong ways, in my opinion, when it comes to apologies and what people don't understand about apologies, because a lot of things that were wrong cannot be apologized for. Let's make that clear right now. Me, for one, I hate apologies because apologies do not correct what was done. Apologies do not change behavior. Apologies make people in the wrong feel like, okay, that's done. Now let's go eat, and it doesn't work like that. I think an apology is a start of the work that needs to be done. Number 1, never say I'm sorry, but when you're trying to apologize. Number 2, apologize. Number 2, I'm sorry that you think blank, blank, blank is not an apology. I'm sorry that you feel blank, blank, blank is not an apology. Teach your kids that. Number 3, I'm sorry, empty pause, nothing said. It lacks understanding. Like, what are you sorry for? This is your time to go into detail. This is your time to shine. This is your time to address. My child came in here. Number 4, the one who is wrong gives you a crying apology. So like they're trying to give you apology, but during the apology, they're crying for the most attention, for sympathy from you while they're giving you an apology. No. Come to me when you're all put together with yourself in order to give me a rightful apology. Number 5, I'm sorry if you feel that this is what happened, but no, that's not an apology. Number 6, people who feel ashamed to say sorry, so they quickly say it, or they say it under their breath, or they say it because they feel like you don't deserve one. You could keep that. Number 7, rushing a sorry to be heard, so people can shut up. No, you could keep that. It's like you never did anything. As an adult, when time passed without the right apologies made to you as a kid, you become unforgiving, you become strict, you're not social. And what's so crazy to me about people who went so long without apologizing to kids or fixing the wrong that they did, they have all the questions on why you as an adult don't do this, or you don't allow that, or why are you so strict on this? And people who don't protect children don't understand the personality later is created from what that child experienced. And we have to be aware of how we treat kids now that will show up later. We have to be prepared for it, right? And we have to be better. And if as parents we are wrong, we have to apologize to kids, because all you're teaching them is that they don't have to apologize. If I'm older, if I'm bigger, then I must be right. And that is incorrect. Okay? So say something now, show up now, press charges now, give children the life they deserve now, because they're only children once. And then they're preteen, and then they're a teenager, and then they're in their 20s, and then they're in their 30s. And a lot of times by their 30s, they already have kids, and then they're going to repeat the bad habits and the bad things that they did not get addressed with their kids. And so to fill in the gaps of not knowing better, you have to do better. Okay? So just think about what I said. Be preventative. Be smart about it. And thank you for listening to Cozy Womb Podcast. This is a parenting podcast to make sure we're creating better foundations to create better humans. If you would like to donate to the show, you can. The link is in the show notes. And if you or your child is experiencing any type of abuse, for Georgia, the number is 1-800-422-4453. If you do not know the number for where you are at in the United States, please Google it. There is help. There are organizations set up to help kids. Most insurance companies do cover certain types of therapy if your child needs therapy, but don't wait to address something that you know needs to be addressed. All right? Peace. Bye.
Bye.